Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. As you may know, if you've watched my videos for some time now, I have mentioned that I am a Pan-Africanist, which means aliens, which means that I am for the uplifting of the black race worldwide and specifically here in the United States. So what does that mean? That means, of course, that I want black people worldwide to be free from all control and dominance by Europe and the United States and white America. Now, a lot of white people will be offended by that statement. Frankly, I don't care. And some will be so miseducated as to think that black people are A-OK worldwide, when in fact we are in a sophisticated form of slavery today. Now, some of you are going to say, but white people are too. That's fine. I don't care about white people. I really don't. And I hate to break it to you like that, but really unless I say something like that, you won't understand. You have Rand Paul, other libertarians, the entire Libertarian Party. Black people need Pan-Africanists, but that's worldwide. It's not just in the United States. In Europe, I don't know who they have who are trying to make sure that white people are free. Yes, worldwide we're in a very sophisticated form of slavery, but I am for black people. Now, you white people and others who listen to me get the benefit of me speaking to my brothers and sisters. Now, obviously, I only speak knowledge. You get the benefit of that for free. All you have to do is tune into my videos and watch all of my information. Now, so why do I do the videos the way that I do them? It's because I have been educated outside of the U.S. educational system. I grew up as a diplomat and later became a diplomat. I was not under the thumb of the U.S. Department of Education. I was overseas being taught real history, real math, real science. Just like when this global warming thing hoax came up, I was like, that is not factual at all. I already knew that. So, what is the point of this particular video? From time to time, I go around the YouTubosphere or the YouTube community and I look at black awakened, allegedly awakened people who make videos. And they make great points in their videos. People like them, and that's fine. Here is the problem. Black people in the United States are so miseducated, so warped, that even the most awakened black people give you wrong stats and wrong opinion based on false information. And I am here to put a stop to all of it. For instance, we have a person who at first used to make black feel good, black good stats, black encouragement videos. And then because he did not get YouTube views, like I'm not getting YouTube views, he instead turned to start pointing fingers and started turning to trying to publicly shame people who come into the limelight and into the news. Specifically, he targets black women and calls them all sorts of names. Now, I've already made a video about him. His name is Tommy Sotomayor, and he has this complete empire of targeting black women and calling them all sorts of names. I've already talked to him about that, or I've already made a video about that. He's never responded to in my videos. Here's the problem. A lot of the things he says is based on his own miseducation. He thinks that a majority of black women are whores and sluts and so forth and so on. He is so drinking the Democrat Kool-Aid that he actually believes that a majority of black people exhibit poverty dynamic behavior, can't speak English, has no self-esteem, has no self-respect, has no self-dignity. These are characteristics of poor people. Of course, black people in the United States and worldwide, the majority economically are going to fall in the middle class. So that means that a majority of black women do not have 20 children, live on welfare, are poverty stricken. I have looked at the stats, and the stats bear it out clear as day, and it's all logical. A majority of black people fall in the middle class. And everything that you hear on mainstream media is a complete lie about the black community. More black men in jail than in college. Complete. You know what? I'm not even going to say complete. I'm just going to give you the Democratic, mainstream media, liberal, plantation speech, talking points about the black community. And I want you to say complete lie to yourself. More black men in prison than in college. Black men make less money than black women. Black men leave their children in droves. 60% of black women are single and will never marry. Getting a high school, college, advanced degree for a black woman will render her less likely to get married. Black women make higher salaries than black men. Black women are more educated than black men. Black people get more divorces than any other racial group. Black people do not get married more so than any other group. Black people are less educated than any other group. Now, I hope you said, after every point that I just made, it's a complete lie. Now, for those of you who want to, I make about 10 videos a day. I cannot give you sources. Go look it up. I'm not here for you. I'm here to deliver the message. I'm not here to be your research assistant. Go look it up for yourself. Even I have, you know what? The first half of me making these videos, I gave sources, multiple sources. And then you know what people said? Oh, that's not true. 90% of my information, my statistics, come from the U.S. Federal Census Bureau, the U.S. Department of Labor. Unquestionable sources. We have people like Oprah Winfrey coming on TV saying that black women are the most single women out of all racial groups. A complete lie. Here's another one. Black men date outside of their race more than any other racial group. I'll give you that stat right now. Black men marry at a rate of 93% to black women. Black women marry at a 98th percentile to black men. It is almost unquestionable that black men marry black women and black women marry black men. So if you see an interracial couple with a black partner in it, you are looking at a unicorn as far as the black community is concerned. Here's another thing. The white inner city dominated Democrat Party talking points will rush to show you the most egregious, the most criminal aspects with black people involved in it than any other group in the nation. Let me say that in plain English so that even stupid people can understand me. If a black person does something bad, the white mainstream media, the liberal Democrats will rush to put it on TV so that the entire planet can see it, and they might even pretend to feel sorry for the person or feel some sort of sympathy. When in fact, what they are doing is saying, Negroes, and that's probably not the word that they use, Negroes are sorry, shiftless, lazy, criminal, and we need to eventually eradicate these Negroes. Again, not the word that they probably use. And they give you example after example after example in movies, in TV shows, in commercials, in news reports. This is what they're doing. Black women, your hair is beautiful naturally. Natural curls. White women are rushing to the store to buy everything they possibly can to curl their hair. That's not just white women. That's Asian women. That's Latino women. All rushing to the store to get their hair as curly as they possibly can. We all laugh at the photos from the 80s, the 70s, 80s, and 90s of white women with big, huge afro-like hairs. But what were they doing? They were trying to curl their hair so it looks something like yours. And when you talk to a white beautician, they say black women's hair is the most manageable and the most that you can do stuff with. Straight hair is terrible in their eyes. They have come out and said, you can't do anything. You have to break it down and do something else with it. So black women, stop hating yourself for being born with your naturally curly hair. Black women, stop listening to mainstream media who tells you that the black man has done something to you. The black man has not done anything to you but stand by your side throughout slavery all the way up until now. And if you are one of the bitter black women who actually believe that black men in general are terrible and shiftless and dogs and lazy and what have you, you are probably terrible, shiftless, and a dog and a whoremonger yourself. And you need to elevate yourself, and then maybe you'll meet a real black man. First of all, let's call a spade a spade. Let's stop beating around the bush. If you're having problems, it's you who are probably the problem. What did I just tell you? A majority of the black community is middle class. That means they are probably making $50,000 to $300,000 a year singly. Each person in the marriage. A majority of black people fall into that category. So if you are meeting jobless black men, you are in the wrong realm. You are in the wrong circles. And are you making $50,000 to $300,000 a year? No. So why would you expect somebody who makes $50,000 to $300,000 a year hang out with you? You're not worth it. Make yourself worth it. Black men. All black women are not whores and all these other names that are words that I don't use. Not because I'm a super Christian, but I'm a gentleman with manners. And black people, from the way I was raised, are all have manners and good breeding. That's how I was raised. All 50,000 of members of my family, I have a huge family, all act, talk, believe what I do. And I grew up thinking that all black people act, talk, and believe as I do. Now, the mainstream media would have you believe that all black men are thugs, they run around cursing, running around with their pants sagging, which came from prison, which told the other prisoners that they were ready to have homosexual sex. That's where the sagging pants came from. So you running around with your pants sagging means that you were a homosexual. And let me explain, white people, so you don't get confused. In the black community, the whole notion that you must be a man and you must be strong is deeply ingrained into the black community, into the black man. You don't have to be the alpha male like so many new hipster type of news reports come out about, talking about the alpha male and scratching your balls and cursing and having a halfway beard and wearing flannel. No, that's not what the black community is about. It's about taking care of business. Remember, I said the majority of the black community falls into the middle class. For black people, being a homosexual is akin to being a Gentile for a Jew, at least in the Bible, from the Bible's perspective. Don't try and change the black community because you're not black, We don't want to be white, and we're fine the way we are. For the black community, homosexuality is not just a sin, it's an insult. We have died and gone through hell, and we do not appreciate a black man turning to homosexuality. It is not accepted whatsoever in the black community. So white people, I'm just saying this so you understand, and I'm saying it so you will stop trying to change your mind and to try and accept your ways, because I believe it is a white way. And just so you know, all of the black scholars and black theoreticians and black philosophers all say that exact thing. Now, you might think that it's ignorant or hateful or whatever. We say it as a matter of fact. We think and believe that homosexuality, based on historical evidence, is a European thing. It is not a black thing. And in fact, if you read the journals, remember I said I'm educated and I've read historical documents. If you read the journals of the conquistadors, of the travelers, of the explorers, post or pre-slavery, before the slavery started going on, they said the same thing as well, that the black man was very virile, very into his manhood, and all the black men indulged in very manly sort of things, including hunting lions. So there you have it. So we do not appreciate people walking around with, or black men walking around with their pants sagging. It is a symbol of homosexuality. It directly comes from a symbol of homosexuality. Part 2 to that, it is a fashion from prison. Stop elevating prison into something that the black community is associated with. Rolling your pants leg up, having your pants sag, all came from prison. So you understand, so there is no equivocation whatsoever. These are prison fashions. You are a free man out here in the free world. I have dedicated my life to making sure that you are free. Why on earth would I tolerate you walking around and praising prison life, saying that the thug life is the best? It is not. Stop with the pants sagging. Stop with the one leg rolled up. That is prison. That is the way of ignorance, and that is the way of death. If you need any explanation, go watch some Judge Joe Brown for about 12 hours. I'm sure he'll set you straight on all of that. I've never been to prison. I don't know anything about prison, but I'm about freedom. And black people do not need to worship prison culture. I cannot tolerate it. I cannot stand it. You're walking around with your pants sagging. That's homosexuality and prison. That's a double whammy for you. That's a double whammy. I mean, just go be white or something. Go hang out with your white friends who do that. Maybe they'll appreciate it. Black intellectuals, awakened black men do not accept that. And we know where it comes from. You probably don't even know where it comes from. And that's why you're doing. You think it's cool to look like a prisoner, to look like a gay prisoner. It's not accepted in the black community. Be gone. Now, lastly, the other people who are supposedly awakened black people, but they are miseducated by the mainstream media and from statistics by people who come out. They have nothing but bad intentions for you. Go read real statistic, go read real history, and don't make a video until you get some actual specific knowledge yourself. It's great that you want to make videos about being an awakened black man. That's great. That's fantastic. I don't want to quash that. I want you to be so on point and all of your stats on point. I have made so many comments on so many people's videos telling them that the entire video is completely thrown off base because they have fallen for the miseducation of the Democratic Party. The Democrats enslaved the black man. The Democrats informed the KKK. The Democrats and the KKK today are Democrats. They're not Republicans. They never have been. The KKK today are Democrats. Please get that through your heads. My first homework assignment for you is to go learn about the Democratic Party. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show.